I throw the remote across the room.
Everything goes.
I mean, it's but because I knew that this is important for her, excuse me, that we have uninterrupted.
Yes.
And I want to say something back to when Portia was talking about the unresolved issues. Now, those unresolved issues in our head, they're lodging there. It's our belief, our expectation. I'm thinking, well, since he did not give me an answer, okay, now he doesn't care. Now he's disrespecting me. And so all of that, the longer, and you said it, Dr. B, the longer that is there, the longer it lingers. And then you call home and say, hey, how you doing? And I'm thinking, okay, let's get back to the issue at hand. Right. You did not mention, I'm sorry, I apologize, but you're moving on. But see, men have to realize we're more emotional than men. And now my love tank is pretty much empty because you didn't fill it up. So we have to be careful to fill each other's love tank. That's the way I communicate, with him turning the television off. So he fills my love tank by doing those things. And the very same thing to him, calling and checking on him and being attentive in everything that he wants to do. That's filling his love tank.
Sure.
And that's being concerned about his concerns as well.
I'm going to confess. I think it was last week, my lovely wife, she was pouring words of wisdom from her lovely lips, and I was just on my phone, and she said, "Babe, I'm talking to you," and she caught me. You remember that? She caught me red-handed.
Yeah, because we're on vacation and you're not disconnecting.
And I was wrong. I had to repent. Warren, don't help her. Thank you. and I had to repent because I have a policy, and my wife comes and starts talking to me. I mute the TV immediately. She said, "Baby, you don't need to mute that." I said, "Baby, I'm trying to show you, you have my undivided attention." But at that time, I was so full of different things, right? I wasn't giving her attention. Now, this still goes back to dealing with conflict, because a lot of conflict is just a point of misunderstanding or non-connection. That's because when, this is my whole basis for my counseling, when you are not proactive in your connection, then you're reactive in your approach. Again, when you're proactive in your connection, in other words, what am I doing to connect with my wife? What am I? Yes, I connected real well this afternoon. When I connect on a regular, Lord have mercy. When I connect, when I connect on a regular basis, the devil, come on now, the devil, I feel like shouting, the devil, stop it. The devil can't get in because I'm totally connected. Am I making sense to anyone? Yes or no?
Yeah, you're making sense. And you talk about that physical connection.
Yes.
There's also emotional connection as well, which heightens the physical connection. There's social intimacy as well, and recreational intimacy, and all of those heighten physical intimacy. Just like she was saying, hon, you're on the phone. Now, she could have had a great night planned, and you could have taken it back a notch just by not being attentive, or you can repent for it, come back to her, and let's get it back on track.
By not disconnecting. When you're on vacation, guys, disconnect. You have people that you leave for certain things, trust that those things are being taken care of, and that they're in order. Like just disconnect. But I want to piggyback off of, and maybe we as women can talk about this. I don't think it's talked about enough, Annie, and you mentioned it. Social connection for women. Because for me, I don't know if I'm that emotional, but the social part for me is very vital.
Yeah.
Now, when I say social, I mean emotional. I don't mean we touchy-feely.
No, right.
I mean, it's just our design from God, the way He made us. Like women are from we're from where? Mars? No, men are from Mars and women are from Jupiter,
Venus.
right?
Venus.
Yeah, it's just
Jupiter.
our biological.
Where y'all?
What did he say? What did he say? What did you say?
I said, you said Jupiter. I said, well, women, y'all everywhere, aren't y'all? Y'all in Mars, y'all in Jupiter. Y'all.
True that, Portia. True that. We got to go ahead. It's real talk. It's real talk. Okay, back to you, Portia. So you were talking about that social.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like men are more emotional than we are, but I think we're told that we are. I don't know if that's true, but the social part of it, Annie, if you could just go a little bit deeper into that part, because I think it's something that's really missed in the conversation, especially when it comes on the women's side of the relationship. So that maybe men could understand like that je ne sais quoi of socialness that is involved that we need.
Right. Well, social intimacy is giving, just like you wanted his undivided attention on your vacation. You know, you could be on vacation. You want and you need to vibe with him. You know, I don't need you on your phone. I don't need to be over there texting anybody. This is our time. We need to vibe together. We're out to dinner. I don't need you checking your phone. I don't even want to talk about the kids while we're out to dinner. I want you to look in these brown eyes.
Come on now, girl.
My love language to me. You look beautiful today. What's on your mind? Am I doing well? You know, how am I doing as a husband? That's what I need from you for social intimacy. And then it's going to heighten the physical intimacy because now you have fed my social intimacy. You know, like we'll watch a movie or something. And, you know, I like a chick flick every now and then, but I also love some science fiction. And, you know, I love my science fiction movies. Action. Yeah, that's what I like. And then, you know, I'll go in the room with him and he's watching an action movie and he'll look at me and he'll just feel me and he'll give me the remote and say, oh, I'm not watching that. You go ahead and find
Smart man.
I'll do the same thing. Or we're going out for dinner and I'm thinking in my mind, I want to go to Longhorn. I love that salmon. And he's saying, you know, he want to go somewhere totally different. And he'll say, babe, I was thinking about going to Longhorn. And Longhorn was not on his mind, but he was giving into my social needs. And socially, we need. And if we don't get it from our spouses, we'll find it outside of this relationship.
Right.
You know, that's why a lot of people engage in emotional adultery because they're trying to find social intimacy. They're in the bed with the one they're loving. They're living life with the one they're loving, but they're starving for social intimacy. There is no connection. And that's where it is.
And Annie, that is so brilliant. The social connection. I've never heard conversation about social connection when it comes to relationships and especially with women. You hit on so many amazing facets to include. This is why a relationship could easily be overtaken by other women and not to the man, but by the wife's relationships with her girlfriends, with like other people, because they feed that social intimacy. Women can talk to each other all the time and vibe on levels that I want to say this carefully, that a lot of women can't and will not vibe with their husbands.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I wanted to mention that social connection. Not that the men need to become our girlfriends at all, but just to have that vulnerability to teach the woman how to say a lot of words in a little bit of time, right? Because that's what men want. They just want, you know, just tell me the whole, just give me the punchline, right? Just give me the punchline. Wherein your girlfriend, she'll listen to a whole day and a half story and wait for you to come back around to the punchline that you gave her in the beginning. Like there's patience for that. So that socialness in women, I think it's like you always talk about the love language.
Mhm.
It's a love language that men could teach women how to communicate on their level. Like Tim is teaching me so much on how to communicate, how to be social on his level so that he could understand me and that I could understand him. Tim, he's very like quick at the mouth, and I'm like, dude, slow down. Like what? And he'll say something and it has so much potency to it. And he only said like 3 or 4 words.
Mhm.
So for me, like when it comes to, you know, I'm the listener, but I also need to be social at some time. It's not all the time, but I need that social intimacy to fully be, that was me, I think, on vacation, because on all of our other vacations, you disconnected.
Right.
And on this vacation, it was like, I felt like, well, for the first, like after the first few days, like you never disconnected. So it's like, dude, when are you going to put your phone down without me yelling at you like a kid? Right. Like, I know there's needs and stuff like that, but this is not only for me, but it was also for you.
Yeah.
So
yeah. She was, she was absolutely right about that, about totally disconnecting. But I want to take the social thing a little further. Like for women, it's hard for a man to be chatty, right, in home life, but as soon as he gets around her friends or around other people, he shuts down.
Yeah,
that's
or vice versa.
Or vice versa.
He could be not chatty with the woman,
right?
Then gets around other people, and he's so chatty with them. Is that part like sometimes for the social?
Yeah,
and that's why I wanted Annie to hit on that, because we say men don't like to communicate. I don't know any man that doesn't like to communicate. All men that I know, they are more like talkative, and they be telling that truth, and you be like, for me, if I want to know something, I always go ask a man resource.
Yeah,
that's good.
I never go to my girlfriends. I never go to like nobody, no woman that I know. I always go to the guys. And
it is very powerful that the connection is consistent. See, when connection, okay, so at home I'm connected to you, and as soon as I go outside, or at home I'm disconnected, but outside I'm connected. That's inconsistency, and that's gonna cause some problems down the road.
Right, because then the woman, for her socialness, she's thinking, he didn't talk to me all day. Like what now? Now you're thinking what happened in your own relationship, and so you could be sitting there puzzled among many people, and then like, what is the disconnect? Like you always talk about, what was that disconnect? So just for men to be mindful that women do need to be social. And for that, I don't know what social means to you, because it may mean something different for both Annie and myself.
Right.
So what does like social intimacy mean for you and Warren?
Well, I mean, for me, the social is, you know what, you ain't paying me no attention. You ain't rubbing my ears. You ain't playing with my locks. All of a sudden, you get around your friends. You all chatty. You all smiling. I got an issue with that.
Yeah.
You do to me at home.
Same thing.
Yeah,
I feel the same way.
Yeah, Warren, go ahead.
But I did owe that, Dr. B, because I'm out here. If I'm out here doing all, we do all we can. Then my wife take care of the business, and she does all these things. It's nice to get a text every now and then, or when I get up in the morning to leave, I get a nice little letter. Hey, babe, thank you for all you do. You the win. That is an ego boost.
That's right. That's what I do. I rub that ego
boost. That's everything. I mean, that's everything, because I am one to let me put this out here. What if you on this side of the spectrum, as far as Dr. B, you said the disconnect when you're not chatting at home, but what if you shut down from both areas? You don't talk to your wife, and you don't have that brother that you don't really open up to. Then
you go to mental health and get you a therapist.
Yeah,
you have emotional problems. You have mental emotional problems.
There is a point, and my sister's boyfriend brought it up at the panel, that suicide is going up, not going down. It's going up. And the suicide rate, a lot of people don't know this, is high among men more than women.
Oh, yeah.
Now, statistically, women attempt suicide more than men. Okay, the key word is attempt, but men commit suicide more than women. And the big paradox is that it's because a lot of men hold things in. As Warren said, they don't let it out. Now, just use the Bible real quick. My wife is my help me. I cannot stop talking about how yesterday I'm cutting the grass and it's funny. I didn't tell you this. As soon as I wanted water, guess who came to the door with water?
Well, because I can feel it.
Yeah.
Because I can feel that. I'm like, okay, he's thirsty. Like when you have a connection, you feel that.
Right.
You know?
Right. I mean, she came out from the water, came out later on, changed my shirt, got a black shirt on. I had a Waffle House shirt. Yes, I did. I love me some Waffle House.
Annie,
Lord have mercy.
Look, Andy, Andy and Warren, he loves Waffle House so much. When we went there, he's asking the guy, do you guys have Waffle House t-shirts? And I'm like, what? Well, the lady's telling him, you have to order it offline. We did.
Wow. We know something about you now.
Boy, thank God Waffle House is not a woman. Anyway, it was her doing that for me was very powerful. But that's the connection we have. Now, I'm gonna tell you how deep the connection is. Warren, I know you have experienced this before. I know you have. So I go to the store and I got me a big old Subway sandwich. I got a salad for my wife, and I got me some potato chips. And I'm with my client, and I'm just thinking about I'm gonna get me some potato chips. I'm gonna get it. So I finished my 45-minute, Warren, you know where I'm going. I finished my 45-minute session, and I look at my chips. And my chips look at me and say, sorry, bro, she hit me first. But you know what? It didn't bother me because that's the connection we have. I mean, I didn't get upset with her. I mean, she did save me 5 pieces, so I thank God for it. But the key is that, you know what? When you have that consistency of connection, it doesn't matter. Why? Because if I think about it psychologically, what I have, you have, what you have, what I have, you have, what you have, I have. Why? Because we're connected. That's scriptural. The two shall become one. Comment, Warren, Andy.
You're right. Absolutely right. And I love the thing that you said. Portia said how she just felt you in her spirit to come and give you some water that you were thirsty. And my husband will call me from work and he'll say, I started to come home, and I said, why? He said, because I kept feeling you in my spirit. I know you're not feeling well. And he'll be right on the nail. And he'll come in and I'm trying to put on this brave face. He said, that's not working. You know, and vice versa. We do the very same thing to each other.
Right.
And I want to go back to what Portia said too. We were talking about the, you're chatty. You're not chatty at home. Now, I don't think a lot of women want chattiness. No, we get chatty from your girlfriend.
Right.
I don't think we want chatty. We want relevant conversation. Give me the relevant, and you can do it. You can do it 60 seconds, a few minutes. I'm good with that too. I'm very good with that. Just keep me in the know. But when we feel like we're on an island by ourselves, but then we're sleeping with all these muscles and pecs by us, that's a problem. Because now I'm not feeling safe as I should feel. When you invite me into your environment and into your confidence, it makes me feel that I'm protected mentally, physically, and now socially, because you're keeping me in the know. If you're worrying at work, I get it. I get it that you're taking the role at work. I get it that you're the head of the household, but I'm a part of this. If you hurt, I hurt. The same thing goes around. If you're disconnected, I'm disconnected. I can't connect without you. You can't connect without me. So no one's going anywhere. And that expectation and beliefs are in our head. Okay, he's chatty with it when the guys come over, but he's not chatty with me. And we're going around. Maybe I'm boring. Maybe I'm talking too much. Maybe he doesn't love me. Maybe he's tired of me. Maybe he's seen someone else. Maybe there's someone at work. All of those things are going on in your head. And now you want dinner. Now you want dinner. Bam, bam, bam. What's wrong with you? Nothing. Because you didn't get it. You didn't get what was wrong with me.
But at the same time, it's so at the same time, you're not telling me what's going on.
Well, I don't think a lot of time men want you to really tell them. You got to discern what they really want. Am I talking right, Portia?
Right, yeah, right.
What's going on? Like my husband, he'll say, "What's going on?" And he's flying down the hallway. Okay, what's wrong? But he's flying down the hallway. I want to know, but please don't tell me. You know, please don't go into one of these long conversations because I got all of this going on with me. And then there are sometimes he's ready to hear it all. And I know that's because of the busyness of our day, our situation, our world, our mental and physical emotions, because we have to weigh that out for ourselves, even though we are mates.
Right.
We still go through our own stuff.
So Portia doesn't like it because I always ask her when she get quiet, baby, what's wrong?
Like
because to me, if my woman ain't talking, she planning. So I want to go. I will go there. She ain't nothing wrong because I'm not used to her being so quiet around me every now and then. So baby, what's on your mind? So now I ask, baby, what's on your mind? Why? Because a smart man wants to know what that woman is thinking.
Yeah.
You want to know what's in her head because you know what? Because maybe it's some fiction, you know, and if it's fiction, you want to tear it out the page, you know. Now, if it's not, you know what? Let me understand where I'm coming from. So you can chat with me.
Well, it's the word. It's the word. Wrong. Like as if there's something supposed to be wrong. Like there's nothing wrong. Like maybe I could be in a meditative mode, or maybe I might be hearing something, or maybe I might
meditate. Just let me know, babe. I'm about to meditate. I'm like, bye.
I'm not, because then
let me know what's going on. Go there, because I'm afraid.
But that's not.
Let me know if I have to sleep with something under the pillow, huh?
That's not our part because I'm quiet a lot.
I'm kidding.
But I'm saying that's apart from past parts.
Right,
so
past
that's
part.
something that should be dealt with because why is it spilling over into our relationship?
Right? It is.
That happens.
Well. Again, it's about whatever is going on that lingers. For me, it's a 5-minute rule. You know, if I can't squash it, you know, all right, no, this is not happening. Emmy's trying to bring a divide. Then that's when I will go to my wife and have her. Now, this is a very spooky word for couples, but I'll say the spooky word. It starts with an A. I need you to affirm. There's nothing wrong with couples affirming their love, security. There's nothing wrong with, one time my wife told me, baby, I just want to hug for a while. And that's what she needed from me at that particular time. She needed hugs. And I want no hug. No, she needed that affirmation at that particular time. And so many couples may not understand the importance of affirming. Well, I don't need that. I tell couples all the time that write this down, someone, every person has emotional allergies.
Absolutely.
All right. So here's a breakdown. I may be, and thank God I'm not, I may be allergic to seafood, and I'm not, and you may be allergic to peanut butter. So I cannot eat peanut butter in front of her, and she cannot eat seafood in front of me. Why? There's an allergic reaction. And so a lot of couples, well, that's not me. That is you because you're one. So if it affects her, it affects me. Why? Because if you say to her, well, that's no big deal, then when you have a big issue, she's going to tell you that's no big deal. Am I making sense at all? Am I making sense?
Oh yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Like you said, the 201, what affects her affects me, and vice versa. And and even excuse me, in situations where I'm allowed to go and she can't, well, guess what? I'm not going either.
Yeah.
I was we went to this church, and I don't know, they may have had a problem with women preachers or what have you, but they were, I mean, the pastor invited me to come up to the pulpit, and I, looked at my wife, and I was like, well, he didn't say anything to her.
Right.
And, but I didn't get disrespectful or anything like that. I said, no, I'm good. I'll sit right here with her, because I feel like if my wife can't go, then I can't go. And just as you were saying, Dr. B.
And that was a different instance too. That I was called to pray. Yeah. Remember?
And you
I was at my cousin's. We were at my cousin's funeral.
Okay.
So I was on the program to pray, but they had made the discussion that they don't believe in women pastors.
Say what?
So they invited him to come up and do the prayer.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, but I could not come up and do the prayer, but he could do the prayer. So I said, babe, you go ahead and do the prayer. So he did. And they said, no, you come on up on the pulpit. And he said, no, I'll sit with my wife and I will stand right here and do the prayer.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Warren, I tell you, bro, that's a medal right there, bro. That's a medal right there, bro.
Wow.
And Annie, I know you felt good when your husband stood by you. That was
absolutely. That's reaffirming. That's affirmation. That was filling my love tank. It was a little thing.
And that's social intimacy.
Intimacy.
I call that social intimacy.
And guess what it does, Portia? It heightens physical intimacy.
Right.
My boy got my back.
Exactly. You'd be like, I felt you. I know you got my back, boo boo. It definitely does heighten the social intimacy.
It does.
Yeah. I don't know. We get kind of the opposite. Like, people will ask me to come up, like assuming that I just want to be like in the front. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
I might want to break open the seal of my nip in my pocketbook while I'm
That's my wife, y'all.
I'm teasing. Like, no, I don't want to go up there. Like, why?
So 2 years ago, there was an incident, and someone came up to me and said, Bishop, we see your wife dressed.
No, that was last year.
It was last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, last year. So we see your wife dressed. And we don't think as a bishop why she should be wearing that dress. So I let them say what they had to say. I said, oh, ain't that something? Because I brought her the dress. I mean, so I affirmed my wife.
And then he was like, what else?
Yeah. Because one thing, men, write this down. Your wife, beyond feeling your hands, she needs to feel your security. Women need to feel secure. I didn't tell you this last night, but I'm just confessing. So I was tired last night, and we got out the car. My lovely wife drove for me. Bless you for that. And so there was this motor scooter that was just going. Remember last night? It was going up and down a little bit, and I woke up real quick. I was like, "What is this dude doing?" I had myself on alarm. Why? Because my job is to protect my. Now I know Portia can take care of herself. I mean, she all sweet, but she from South Carolina. That's all.
By way of South Carolina, but yeah. Yes.
And so I woke up like, all right. So all right. So just in case this dude want to do something, he gonna meet some resistance from me. All right, because
don't get him started. This is great. He's more cray-cray than me, but go ahead.
So I know I got some titles, but if you come at my wife sideways, I'm going immediately into thug mode.
Yes, sir.
And I may ask God to help me resurrect you, but I'm going to thug mode. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you'll be able to lay. You can lay hands like this.
Yes, sir.
Like this.
Laying hands is laying hands.
The laying hands is laying hands.
The word of God said lay on hands. It didn't say with closed fist or open fist. It just said lay on hands. Go ahead, Barry. You have a comment? All right. Andy, any comments so far?
No, not with that. Wow, this is just great. I'm enjoying it.
Well, thanks for bringing that social intimacy part up.
You're welcome.
I don't think it's discussed enough. So thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah, it is amazing that again, offense can come so quickly with couples. I mean, so one word, one gesture, one tone. A lot of people don't understand that your tone and body language are languages your spouse sees before you ever open up your mouth.
You're
One
right.
time again, your tone and your body language speaks volumes.
And you are so right, Dr. B, because if I came home and and my wife, just like you said, you may ask Portia how, babe, is anything going on? When I don't even have to say anything to her. If I see her posture, her body language, I'm going through my checklist.
There you go.
Like, see, that communicated that I did something wrong. I was like, okay, let me see. I'm going through the checklist of what did I do? What did I? And it could be just that she's just, like you said, she's thinking about something, she's meditating.
Or like Portia said, sometimes I'm reserved, and that all day long. I'll sit with my thoughts. I like to write. I love to read. And I love my alone time, and so sometimes I have no words. I just need that time. I'll go light a candle and just sit with myself and my thoughts, and I'm good. And then when I come back, I'm better than good because I had some me time.
Right.
So nothing is going on, but it's nothing wrong with asking if something wrong. And you often do. You'll say is something wrong, but you'll never say, did I do something? Because that's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
He would never say that.
I don't want the answer to that question.
So Annie, I think you opened up a nice door here. And in the beginning of my relationship with my lovely, attractive,
come on, just spit it out.
wife.
Like this one said.
Can I